Tyrese Haliburton has been a revelation this season. His historic run with the Indiana Pacers has so far seen him being compared to legends of the game. And with his name and the Pacers on the radar, join me as I walk you through how and why the guard has so far delivered a clear warning to the league. Evolution. Wannabe to all-star. For a team that has failed to make the playoffs in the past 2 seasons and hasn't made it past the first round of the playoffs in the past 8 years, the Indiana Pacers are the breakout team this season, and they have got Tyrese Haliburton to thank. The point guard has been a driving force and the conductor of what is on track to be among the best NBA offenses in history, if not the absolute best. He is already on every other team's scouting report, and he has done that just a year after he was repeatedly called a wannabe all-star.
Step back. Mr. supposed wannabe fake all-star with the big miss there, and then the rebound by Randall, and then Randall iced the game with all the free throws. Last chance down 3 for the wannabe all-star. Let me keep it that way. He's in his 2nd year. He's a very good player. He's not going to make the all-star team. A guy like Julius Randle or Jalen Brunson will make it over Tyrese Haliburton. Tonight we saw why. Oh, it's his 3rd year?
3rd year, yeah.
Yes.
Make no mistake, the young point guard was great last season. He showed a lot of potential as the floor general of the Pacers' offense and even earned his first all-star selection.
Bigger than Duarte. Kuzma's, I'm telling you, Kuzma's 6'9" and 6'10". Oh!
Haliburton throws it down!
You missed the partner. It was the dribble.
Haliburton.
A lot of dribbling. But if that's the result, I think you'll deal with it.
This was Haliburton last season, but unfortunately, the Indiana Pacers ended the season with a 35-47 record in the 2022-23 season while ranking 19th in offensive rating. Now, compare him and the Indiana Pacers this season to last season, and you will understand why Pacers legend Reggie Miller said, "We are witnessing a superstar in the making. Tyrese Haliburton is putting the world on notice."
Got to use your quickness now. Spread it out. 1-4.
Haliburton off the bounce, drives inside, layup is good. Sensational move from Tyrese Haliburton.
Is putting the basketball world.
This season, he set a new record for the most assists without a turnover in a 2-game span, dropping 32 dimes without a single turnover. He became the first NBA player in history to record multiple games with 25-plus points, 15-plus assist games with 0 turnovers, and the first NBA player to record 50-plus points and 25-plus assists without turning the ball over during a 2-game span. The 23-year-old guard is currently averaging 25.7 points and 12 assists per game. That's 2 more assists per game than any other NBA player at the moment. To get a sense of how good he's become, consider that before this season, only twice in league history had a player averaged at least 24 points and 12 assists in the first 10 games of a season. Oscar Robertson did it in his infamous 1961-62 season, and James Harden did it in 2016. In fact, only John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Porter, Magic Johnson, and Kevin Johnson have averaged more than Haliburton's current 12.5 average across a season. And not to mention that in the history of the NBA, not Curry, LeBron, or Michael Jordan has averaged more than 24 points and 12 assists in a season. Magic Johnson did come close though, and yet so far, the guard has maintained his eye-popping and nearly unprecedented numbers, 21 games into the season. I know it's early into the season, but you have to understand that this dude's shooting percentages currently place him on pace to join the exclusive 50-40-90 club. A club that has the best shooters in league history: Larry Bird, Mark Price, Reggie Miller, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Malcolm Brogdon, and Kyrie Irving.
In 5 games, that's 5 per game. Here's a step back, Haliburton.
Let that go in. That's a shake 'em up with style.
20,000 plus on their feet.
Let's play pick and roll with it.
Haliburton against Beverly. Here's a long 3. Haliburton got it!
Yeah, baby!
In the league, Haliburton is the new star on the horizon. And for the Pacers, the young point guard is the centerpiece of a new team in the East. A new team in the East.
Nesmith is playing great defense. That's just a finals MVP doing what he's supposed to do.
Haliburton to Turner. Turner throws it down with...
You know, the other thing I'll point out with Isaiah Thomas and Irvin Johnson. Oh, boy. Don't go in. Yeah, another look at it. Here's Haliburton. Watch this. Oh, don't go in. but it does.
Yeah, winning.
The Indiana Pacers are currently above 500, and if the season ends today, they will be in the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. Unfortunately, the season doesn't end now. And besides, there are doubts about the sustainability of a team that currently yields the second highest point total at 126 per game, just 0.8 less than the Washington Wizards, who are 4-20 so far. The Pacers have allowed at least 140 points 4 times this season. But then again, which team averages the most points per game? Check note, the Indiana Pacers. Which team currently has the best offensive rating in the NBA? Checks note again, the Pacers. So far, their potent production on offense has compensated for their defensive shortcomings. In 23 games this season, they've only failed to score 120-plus points just 4 times, with their highest scoring game being a 157-152 points game against the Atlanta Hawks that ended in regular time. With more than 8 Pacers averaging at least 10 points per game, the Pacers' scoring depth has seen them take teams to the clinic. En route to the inaugural NBA in-season tournament championship final, they knocked off the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks, the 2 best teams in the East. Bear in mind, this is the team that finished the 2022-2023 season with a 35-47 record. They are like a new team. Obviously, the addition of forward Obi Toppin, the 2020 number 8 draft pick from the New York Knicks, and 2023 champion Bruce Brown has proven pivotal. But this new face of the Indiana Pacers is all one man, Tyrese Haliburton. The very man the front office sent Domantas Sabonis, the only all-star on the Pacers roster, to Sacramento as part of a 6-player deal to land, has changed completely the way the Pacers play basketball for good. He is the conductor of this new Pacers, and they are an extension of him. Who could have imagined? Franchise centerpiece. In a league overshadowed by all-stars like LeBron, Curry, KD, and Luka, Tyrese Haliburton has so far made a name for himself as a 23-year-old franchise player.
We do want to congratulate you on a big contract, 5-year, $260. It clicked there in Indiana. It's mutual love between you and the Pacers. Shout out to you on that hell of a nod. You know, talk us to that. Like, has it hit you yet?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. You know what's crazy about it is, like, I tell people this about All-Star, like getting an All-Star too. Like, you would think that it's like such this like overwhelming feeling that I don't even know how to act. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I would just like start crying but it's crazy, like the perspective I have on it of like, it was like written, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I've known this is coming for a little bit now, probably last like 6 months. I knew that something like this would be happening. So like, I was just like, man, can we just like, let's just get it done so we can like get to hooping, you know what I mean? But it definitely, it hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
My dad is still texting me at random hours of the day and night, like, wow, this is amazing. He's like, he texted me something crazy the other day, like, your mom ain't never held $1 million in her hand. Make that happen for her. I said, what?
A $260 million 5-year extension for a player who joined just 2 years ago shows how much the Pacers value Haliburton. And look into how the Pacers play with Haliburton on the court, and you understand how important he is to this new Indiana Pacers. The young guard can create open looks by attacking the opposition's defense off the bounce. He can threaten with excellent long-range shooting, forcing defenses to spread out to him. With his agility and length, he can attack the rim, draw the opposition in, and set up assists. Boston Celtics legend Paul Pierce describes him best when he calls him elite, saying he has never seen anyone like Haliburton.
Bro, are you watching the Indiana Pacers? I know you don't want to hear this shit. All right.
No, I did watch it.
Yeah, shit, boy. You remember when you was talking about them teams that you don't want to see? You don't want to see these boys. They got like,
you don't want to get up and down with them.
Bro, you don't want to see these boys. They got like 4-5 killers that you probably ain't even looking for.
Highest scoring team in the league.
Listen,
you know what though? I'm gonna tell you this. I've never seen, and I'm trying to think. I've never seen at the point guard this combination of shooting and passing.
From Haliburton?
Yeah,
he like
you know what I'm saying? Because the way he shoot and score.
His passing too,
his
bro.
passing.
His passing, shooting, playmaking.
At the point guard is elite. He's an elite scorer and an elite passer.
You know what's crazy?
Like,
when I thought about that Haliburton, De'Aaron Fox move, we thought like,
that was a fair trade.
Listen,
that might be the most fair
That's
trade
the most
I've ever
even
seen in the history.
Even.
Because you got an all-star Haliburton.
And you got an
all-star.
all-star.
You got an all-star Sabonis, like, for sure. And they gonna be all-stars for a long time.
He's rarely careless with the ball. For a single loss of possession, Haliburton is averaging 4.65 assists.
Out in front, what he hasn't been able to do is get the kind of contact you want.
Oh my, what a...
Because you couldn't get the help in time.
Haliburton to steal, he's fourth in the NBA.
That's a lot. There you go. Look away, left-handed. Jacques Vaughn said that's enough.
Taylor. The pass, Smith pounds it down. Here comes Haliburton in transition around the back. No look to Mathurin.
You have to understand that among the top 10 players with the most passes leading to a shot, Haliburton's 98 completion percentage is second only to Tyrese Maxey, which is just 0.6% more. For passes made and passes received averages, he ranks second to Jokic and Trae Young respectively. He is no doubt the floor general, a maestro off the dribble who consistently delivers the ball to his teammates in position to shoot. His passes are intentional and also confusing to the opposing team, so much so that the Philadelphia 76ers head coach Nick Nurse said, "He's an amazing passer, and it's a little quirky because he does a lot of it late. Like, you think something else is happening. He jumps in the air a lot and you think he's committing, and at the last second finds a really good pass." So I think it's just a little bit of just a different look. He plays it at a little different rhythm, I think, than most guys. So that makes it difficult, and he's got great size, great vision. Haliburton is constantly assessing what the defense is giving him and putting his teammates in the best possible situation to score. Take a look at this situation here.
Mathurin just checked in. He got the rebound. Aaron Nesmith also in for the Pacers. They're a deep team as well. Haliburton finds Turner. Three-pointer's good. Turner knocks down his first. Both teams continue to shoot the ball well.
Where he refuses the screen, drags the other defender to him, and then kicks it out to someone on the perimeter. Take a look at his assist to Isaiah Jackson here.
Nice feed inside. Jackson and the foul. Again, the bounce pass from Haliburton.
This has everything to do with amazing timing, as he slows things down for a single second to draw the attention of both defenders. Then, just delivers an unexpected bounce pass between the two Bucks players and toward Jackson, who had an easy look at the rim. Now, this next one is more difficult, but it has become a trademark of Haliburton this season.
Some good defense here from Milwaukee. Finds a pass out. Top and wide open for Trae. Knocks it down. How about that look?
Here, Haliburton drives to the rim, pretending to go for the bucket. But just as he's coming down, he flicks it through Giannis's arms to a wide-open Obi Toppin for a three-pointer. Notice his quick decision here? He could as well have dribbled, but his quick decision to pass it so quickly is why the Pacers' offense is the most fast-paced in the league. I mean, they've got 3 players in the top 10 fastest players on offense in the league, especially the fastest player on offense in the league, Buddy Hield. Tyrese Haliburton has got Obi Toppin trying to win the 100 meters race on the fast break.
Campaign looking for it. And leaking out Obi Toppin. That's what we've seen. Defensive rebound into transition for the opponents. Adrian Griffin forced to call the first timeout.
With the left hand, Haliburton pushes. Alley-oop to Toppin! Oh, no! What a connection! And the Pacers go back up by 1.
When there's a pass to be made over the top, Haliburton sends it right away. When there isn't, he shoots the ball along the sideline, giving runners like Hield, Benedict Mathurin, and Bruce Brown room to explore. However, aside from being a floor general, his elite scoring ability is also part of a package that makes him crucial to the Pacers' entire offense. This dude is creating his shots entirely off the dribble. Haliburton has only been assisted on 36.4% of his three-point shots and 30.2% of his shots altogether. This means about 1 in 3 of Haliburton's made three-pointers are assisted, and about 1 in 4 of his shots altogether. For his scoring volume, he is barely assisted and is still able to finish at an outstanding level. The entire Pacers offense is just an extension of his incredible talent. In Rick Carlisle's words, he's special. What else can I say? Nevertheless, while he and the Pacers have been a team to watch out for this season, the 23-year-old guard is fully aware that everyone is watching them and very recently issued a warning to the NBA. What do you think he said? Continue watching to find out. Warning to the NBA.
The Los Angeles Lakers win the first NBA Cup. They are champions of the inaugural in-season tournament. A brilliant performance from Anthony Davis. More spectacular play from LeBron James.
The Indiana Pacers winning the inaugural in-season tournament would have been a perfect ending at Las Vegas, but the Los Angeles Lakers had other plans. On their way to the final, this young team knocked off 5 potential playoff teams: the Sixers, Cavaliers, Hawks, and 2 of the best teams in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics. Unfortunately, they fell to the Lakers, and for many players on the team, including Haliburton, it was a teachable moment. The final of the tournament was no doubt a playoff atmosphere and was slow-paced. In that final, Indiana's average seconds per possession were slower than average, and the Lakers' seconds per possession were longer than Indiana's opponent's average. Los Angeles Lakers ended the game with 86 points in the paint, which isn't surprising given that the Pacers led the league in opponents' points in the paint. Whatever the case, for a young team and a franchise player who has never played in the playoffs, it was a learning experience. It was a teachable moment for a 23-year-old Haliburton who has now become vocal as a leader in the team and publicly said he won't be losing anymore. "I'm not a loser. It's not what I do. And I'm not going to let that continue to be what I am." The guard, who previously lost with Team USA in the FIBA World Cup, thinks his losing streak has forced him to adjust his daily routine, spend more time in the weight room, which he dislikes, and do whatever it takes to help the Pacers win. Moreover, at the back of an amazing run in the in-season tournament, Haliburton believes no team in the NBA wants to play them. "Teams don't want to run with us. Nobody. I don't care who it is. Nobody wants to run with us. I'm relatively young, but that's just the way I play basketball. And this organization has done a great job of allowing me to spread who I am throughout the organization and how I play throughout the organization. But teams know when you play us, you have to have your track shoes ready. Like, you got to be ready to play us. You don't want to play against that style of basketball, especially if you're coming off a back-to-back or you know you got a bunch of games and a bunch of nights. You don't want to see us," Haliburton said. The young point guard is confident that the rest of the league will come to fear facing them in due time. And with the chances of their playoff drought ending soon, the rest of the NBA is in for a shocker. However, keep in mind that they are currently 13-11, and Giannis's game ball situation has got many thinking that they are getting way too arrogant. I guess it is only a matter of time before we find out if the Pacers are all hype or should be feared, as Haliburton claims. For what it's worth, some NBA fans have been quick to praise him, with one user commenting, "He reminds me of the New Jersey Nets with Jason Kidd," and another calling him an updated Sean Livingston if Livingston never got hurt. What do you think of him? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time.